Okay, guys, we're starting something new today and something that's probably very familiar. And this is all about sales. So, you go into the shop tomorrow. You want to buy something inside in the grocery shop. Well, the company that is selling you the goods. They're thinking about profit and loss all the time because that's the bones of their business. So, for example, those groceries would bring in food from warehouses, and they would cost obviously money to bring in those goods. So they want to make sure that whatever they sell the goods to you for, that they're making a bit of money on it. And this is what you call a profit. So let's say, for argument's sake, a grocery shop buys in, I don't know, a bar of chocolate, and the bar of chocolate cost them 50 cents, but they're going to charge you maybe €1 or maybe €1.50, so that they can make money for themselves. So this is the profit. Now, the way the world is working, particularly today, we have what we call losses as well. So sometimes the business doesn't make money on goods, and this could be they might have to sell something for less than cost price. And this could be, for example, if something is, I suppose, getting closer to expiry date, you see the kind of discounts inside in the shop where they're trying to sell stuff off, just get rid of it. So really, what we're looking at today is profit and loss and discounts. And I'm sure you know very much about discounts. You see sales, January sales, Christmas sales, or whatever, and there's percentages off the products. And we want to look here as well at something we call percentage profit. Okay, so percentage profit here is basically, um, we work out a percentage of how much, what percentage did they increase the price by, and make money on. So the formula we have in front of us, and it is profit over cost price. Okay, so let's put this in context. Let's say, for argument's sake, I buy a pair of shoes tomorrow. Okay, I'm buying it from, I suppose, a local business, and the local business bought in this pair of shoes for, let's say, €75. Okay, um, and they're selling. When I went to the shop, they sold it to me for €100. Okay, so there's a difference of €25 there that the shop potentially is making. So what I would do in that circumstance is I'd figure out, okay, what's the profit for the company? They're making €25. Okay, over the cost price for them was €50. So did I say €50? I did. So therefore, that would be 25 over 50, which is, if you work it out, 50%, a 50% markup. So there we have an example there of a percentage markup. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at examples here for um, profit and loss questions. Okay. Now, there's some of these are very straightforward in the Active Maths book, Active Maths Book 1, but we'll be looking, there's only a short few questions anyway in the higher level book that we'll be extending on this. So let's just quickly go through one of these tables here, and just make sure that you can work it out. Okay, so the tables are really easy. They're basically, you have missing values and you just have to work it out. So we have, for example, here a product here which costs €25. We have a selling price of €30. We have a profit of €5. It says work out the percentage profit. Remember, use your formula. Okay, so what you want to do here is put your profit over the cost price. So therefore, it's going to be €5 over €25. So that's 5 over 25, which would be 1/5, but as a percentage, it is going to give you 20%. Okay, so that is one example there, and you basically have to work out the missing values, as I said. So I mean, you can see here, for example, if we look here at the selling price for this one here, its cost price is 14, its profit is 14. I mean, by a process of elimination, I'm sure you could figure out that their selling price must be €28, and therefore you work out the percentage profit. So that's 14 euro, which again profit goes over the cost price. So €14 over €14. When you multiply by 100 over 1, what you get? 100%. So they made basically all of the money. They cover the full cost, and they made all of it back again. So 100%. Right, so those questions there are pretty easy, and I'm going to let you work away on those ones yourselves. But I want to show you maybe a few that are a little bit of an extension of that. So we look here, we have a question here which states Jack. Jack imports jerseys for €10 per jersey. So that's his cost price. The next thing then is he sells each jersey for at cost plus 12.5%. So that's his percentage markup. You might realize there that was mentioned in the book. It says, what is the selling price of a jersey? Okay, so what we have to do there is just, again, write down what we know and maybe underline some key information. I'm going to underline €10 per jersey, which is basically the cost. I'm going to underline plus 12.5%. Okay, so that's his percentage markup. And I'm asked what's his selling price. Okay, so what I have to do there is, again, take my cost price. I know my cost price is equal to €10. I know my markup is 12.5%. And what I want to do to figure out the selling price, so the selling price is basically take my €10 and multiply that by 12.5%. Okay, because remember, this is going to give us how much of a profit that they make on the product. So again, you want to have your 10 by 12.5%. You get, I'll just write this in here. Sorry, guys, a little bit slow on today. That's going to give us €1.25. So €1.25. Now, obviously, that doesn't answer the question because that only tells us there, basically, that's the percentage markup. This is the profit that they made. So the selling price, if you think about it, it's the selling price is the cost price plus the markup. So the final answer there. So answer is 10 plus 125, and that gives you 11.25. So that is the sale price. Okay, right, so that's the first question there. A very similar question there for question 6, guys, and now I'm going to go through question 7. Okay, so let's have a look here at question 7. As part of a mini company project, Robbie sells personalized hoodies. He sells them for €15. This includes a markup of 25%. How much did he pay for them? Okay, so again, let's underline what we know. He sells personalized hoodies. That doesn't really matter. He sells them, however, for €15. That's the sale price. This includes a markup of 25%. And we're now asked, how much did he pay for them? So if you think about it, what we're basically being asked for there is cost. Okay, so what's the cost of the product? So let's see, again, write down what we know. I know the sale or the selling price. I should probably write down selling price there. Keep it the same. Selling price equals, and what did I say? It is €15. I don't know the cost price. Okay, so what I could say is that is a question mark, which is an unknown. And what I do know, however, is the markup. So the markup, so in this case, we have a percentage markup, of course, because it's, remember, it's profit over cost price. You need to remember that formula, guys, actually. Markup equals profit over cost price multiplied by 100/1. And we're told, in this case, it is 25%. Now, this is a little bit trickier, okay, because we kind of have to work backwards to get the cost price. So what we're going to do here is try to recognize what we have here in €15. Let's say if I wanted to figure out what the selling price is equal to, okay, selling price. What is the selling price? The selling price is basically the cost. It is the cost plus what, guys? Think about it. The cost plus the markup or the profit. Okay, in this case, we're talking about a profit. So I'm going to write in a profit. Now, we don't know what the profit is as a number. What we do know, though, is we know the percentage that was the profit. So the profit is 25% of whatever was the cost price originally. So what I could do is I could say, okay, that's 25% definitely. I'm 100% on that one. That's definitely going to be 25%. But what was the cost price? It was 25% of the original cost. So what you could say, the 25% of the original 100%. So in other words, when I work out the selling price really is 125%. Okay? So this 15 euro represents 125%. Now I'm just going to go over that very, very quickly there again. What I said was I wanted to know what the selling price is equal to. The selling price is the cost of the product, and you add onto that the profit. Okay? So I know it's definitely going to be the two of those. The first number I was definitely sure of was the profit because I knew that that it was 25% of the original cost. 25 of the original cost. I mean, the original cost you could say that's going to be 100%, right? That's what I had before. So in order to break even, I have to get that 100% back. So that's why I'm going to write down 100% here represents the cost, and I'm going to add to that 25%, and that gives me 125%. But if you look at my information, I know that the selling price was actually 15 euro. Now, I wonder could anyone figure out where we go from here without, I suppose, further instruction. But what I would say here, guys, is if you know what 125% is worth, what we really want to get back to is 100%. So this is quite similar to what I was doing recently. What was that in relation to? Was that salaries or something I was looking at? But anyways, you want to work out what 1% is worth. So you take 15 euro and you're going to divide both sides by 125. Okay, that'll be 1% on this side, and it'll be 15 divided by 125 on the left. Okay, so again, pop it into your calculator. So 15 divided by 125, and I'm getting 0.12 equals 1%. Now, is the question finished? No. What am I asked to work out? I'm asked to work out the cost price. And the cost price is 100%. Remember, if I pay a certain amount of money to break even, in order to not make a profit, but also not make a loss, I have to get back all of that money as well. So we can say that's 100%. So what I want to work out here is 100%. What was the cost price? So if you multiply 1% by 100, you get 100%. And if you multiply 1% by 100, you must also multiply 0.12 by 100. What will you get? You'll get 120. Okay, so the answer there, hold on now a second, sorry guys. Whoop. Not 120, you get 12 euro. Okay, so the answer is 12 euro for that one. The cost price is 12 euro. Okay, and that is how you work out, how you work backwards to the cost price, 12 euro. Again, at the end of the question, make sure it makes sense. So you want to make sure here that all of this makes sense. Like obviously, I mentioned 120 euro there, and that made no sense because you have to move two decimal places to get 12. It makes no sense because I wouldn't start with 120 euro and then make a sale price, a profit at, by the way, of 15 euro. So that would make no sense. So again, use your common sense for these questions, guys, and it'll make an awful lot of a difference. That's it for today. You'll be answering a few questions on Google Classroom for me.